What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And I saw some nonsense today that I said, you know what? This nonsense is going to wake me up out of my sleep and slumber to make me have to address it. You know, here I am trying to enjoy Saturday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? I was relaxing, sitting back, listening to Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. And then Mr. Bluebird whispered in my ear and said, did you happen to see the black girl on the college campus that got up at the multicultural center and made an announcement that the white people in the center should get up and leave because there's too many of them in there, and that makes her uncomfortable. And because it's the multicultural center and there's other areas on campus for white people, she feels a little uncomfortable that there's so many of the white people in there. See? Yeah. And she sat down after that like, I told them. See? And I think I heard one or two black people in there that probably put her up to it. Yeah, girl. And she happened to let someone record that as if this is going to go viral and everybody's going to applaud her bravery, her ability to stand in the face of white supremacy and of course white privilege by telling these white students, hey, listen, there's other places for you guys to go, okay? Because we're black and we're angry and we feel like we've been oppressed, and the liberal media and the Democrats been telling us that we're victims in society. Therefore, we could walk around with an attitude and muscle people out of our way. Just walk around with a stank attitude, thinking that we're going to get a lot of people to respect us because of who we are and not because of our color. But yet we're using our color, trying to get that respect, which is an oxymoron. But nonetheless, that's what she's thinking. Now, I wonder why she's doing that. I wonder who has emboldened her to do that. Now, you know, whenever white people do anything that's questionable, first thing CNN, MSNBC, and the Democrats say, these people have been emboldened by Donald Trump's rhetoric to feel like they could come out and express all this racism and white supremacy. Well, then what's the excuse of this black girl feeling like she's emboldened to be able to stand up in the middle of a multicultural center, multicultural, it didn't say black student, it didn't say none of that, multicultural, and tell them that she feels that there's too many white people in here and they should go to other places on the campus because she feels a little uncomfortable. So what emboldened her to do that? Could it be the 24 hours a day rhetoric on CNN and MSNBC talking about racism in America and injustice and equality? Could it be the platform of the Democrats constantly running around talking about white supremacy and of course white privilege and racism? Could it be that? I'm just wondering, could that be the thing that emboldens them? Could it be the fact that they are pandering towards blacks and other minorities so much to where they feel like they're untouchable and they can say anything in society and not be held accountable? Because let's be real, they're talking about, you know, white privilege. Imagine if a white kid stood up and said, hey, listen, this right here is a room for us all to study in, and it's been known as the Theta Chi Bi Z Zeta room for mostly white people. I'm sure there's some black areas on the campus that you guys could go to. We feel a little uncomfortable when there's too many black people around. I get a little edgy. You know, I mean, I don't know what you guys are going to do. I don't know what you guys are going to do. You know, I mean, I saw this guy reach real quick in his back pocket and I was like, oh my God, he's going for a gun. And he pulled out a pick and he just started picking his afro. I was like, oh my God, that was a close one. It was a close one. So if somebody was to do that would go viral and they would have a fit and that kid would be kicked off campus, shamed, probably never work again, probably have to move to a whole nother country, change his name, along with his family, his dog, everyone who ever made any contact with him, everyone who ever looked at the kid, probably would all have to do that, because that is how hypersensitive and how intolerant the left is when it comes down to any injustice. But when someone on the right does something so heinous, some probably would applaud that. Now, if what we're looking for is to attack and fight against racism and bring forth equality and unity, by doing that, she just set us back about 60 years. That's what she just did. For black people to have fought to have the rights to sit amongst people of all colors, races, ages, and stuff like that, she just set us back by saying, we don't want you. We want to pick and choose when we want to discriminate, okay? We want to be able to discriminate against others, but not be discriminated against. Now, you know, I watched her get up with this quote-unquote boldness, this bold statement. She decided, I'm going to tell them how I feel. And I was thinking to myself, like, wow, you know, if I wasn't racist as a white person and I'm sitting there watching that and listening to that, I'm probably going, you know what, these black people, they're not all what they're cracked out to be. I mean, everybody says that you don't want to judge a book by its cover. You don't want to stereotype black people as being angry, hostile, attitude, disrespectful, loud mouth, all of that stuff. We don't want to do that. But yet, my example on a college campus where I'm expecting her to have a higher consciousness of thinking, this is what I get. Now, she's young and she's living in a very polarized, you know, era where they are encouraging this type of behavior. But as she gets a little older and she looks back on the internets at that statement, she's going to feel real dumb, like I sound real stupid. And what I really did is probably encourage racism instead of fought against it on multiple levels. One, what I'm basically saying is we want segregation. Two, I'm encouraging white people who was on the bubble. Now I'm making them say, you know what? Now I don't like black people. Yeah, now I do have a problem with black people. You know, I thought we was just going to say, since it's multicultural, this is a time for us to all come together and get to know each other and break down walls and unify. But no, not them. And so she was saying because there's a smaller percentage of black people on the campus that they should be able to have this to themselves, even though it doesn't say nothing for black students, it's multicultural, and all the rest of the campus is for white. That would be equivalent to saying, okay, since black people only make up 13% of the population in America, that, okay, what if they said, okay, since y'all make up a small population, how about all of y'all just migrate to Compton and we'll keep all the black people there. And since we pretty much represent the rest of the United States, we'll occupy all the nice, wonderful areas where the mountain snow caps and the beaches and all of that stuff. We have all that. You guys can keep Compton and you can tear it up on your own and you can run it like you want to because, you know, y'all want segregation. She would have an absolute fit. See, so I just want to let anybody who saw that video know that she doesn't represent me. She doesn't represent black people. She represents herself, and she probably represents the ideology that's being pushed in our society by liberal media and the funky, nasty, dirty, crooked Democrats. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. And if I had better technology, I would insert that clip so y'all can see it for yourself, how ignorant it is. But I'm sure you can look it up on the internet. I might even put the clip down below this video. Check it out. Okay, find me every Wednesday night live in Kevin's Corner on Facebook, YouTube, and my radio blog talk show. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, and the notification button. Make sure that your notifications are set for all. Make sure that you're still subscribed. And check out the Stream Tees. Put Kevin in the promo code if you like some of the products, and you'll get a 20% discount. And then finally, if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. There's a link in the bottom of the video to do that. And don't forget to find me and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Take care. God bless.